From the 12 News Studios, this is EVB Live.
Yeah, real estate and technology go hand in hand. Coming up on EVB Live, we're looking at the pros and cons of having real estate at your fingertips. On Fridays, we like to talk real estate, and today we are combining the topic with technology. And we know a lot of consumers out there get much of their information and research now on their mobile devices. But when it comes to real estate, you really need to be aware of some things. So Realtor Holly Henbest joins us now to explain. So let's start off. What do consumers need to know?
Well, I think what's really great about having technology is it's a great tool for people to dabble in the world of real estate and gain some information. But what concerns me is a lot of people look at it as such a highly valued resource, and they don't realize that a lot of the information on there isn't accurate or isn't up to date. So just kind of a word to the wise. You can use all of those online companies to look at an estimate of your home, but know that even those online companies on their websites disclose to you that, about 85% of them might be accurate within 25%, which means if you have a $500,000 house, they could be off by 100,000 in one direction or the other. And so, it's often as a realtor, when we're out with people, they'll say, well, this home shows up on Zillow or some other site, Trulia, as being worth 400,000. And I'm thinking, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me based on other homes we've sold in the area. And sure enough, I'll go back and look at the data. It makes us kind of second guess ourselves, but we'll go back and look at the data and say, no, I don't know where they came up with that, but it makes no sense. Those online sites will also say that how they determine value is basically just a median number for that neighborhood. So that doesn't take into account, does yours have a special view? Is yours a special lot location? Does yours have any upgrades? Or is yours just the bare bones minimum of what was built 15 years ago? So all of those nuances aren't built in. Nowadays, too, the consumer can go in and add information regarding their own house. So now we're relying on the consumer to say, this is what I've upgraded and this is what it's worth. So then other consumers are looking at what anybody has entered into the site, and there's just no credibility to know that all of that's accurate. So I just say it's a nice tool. You can look at it. It gives you some information about the area, but it's definitely not the end-all be-all. It also pulls from tax records, and tax records aren't always accurate. Tax records can be off with square footage. If you have a guest house, that might not be included. So there's just so many nuances to where that data comes from that isn't included, that you can be, literally 100,000 off the mark and not realize it.
And that's a huge difference.
You definitely want to talk to a realtor to get an accurate picture of that specific lot location, neighborhood, and type of home to really get a picture of it. The other issue with looking online at available homes, and this happens to me all the time, is somebody will say, I'm looking in this neighborhood, send me everything that's available. I send it to them, and then they say, well, we found these 5 other houses. Why didn't you find them? Well, there's different codes that realtors use in the MLS. There's really 2 codes that can leave a house showing as active when it's really not. So a lot of times you can see that a house is showing up on an online site as an available home, but it's been under contract for a month. So again, you're kind of misled in terms of what's the real inventory out there. So going to a realtor, you're going to get more accurate data. Again, nobody's going to stop looking online. Everybody wants to have that mobile device. When you're driving around a neighborhood, you want to know what's available, and that's great. But just know it's not 100% accurate.
Bottom line, it'd be nice to use a supplemental resource too. Like
Exactly.
Good advice, Holly. Thank you so much. As always, Matt, over to you.
Thank you.